And I understand why people make short-term decisions. They make trade-offs. They want to win. But as long as you think about the arc of your life and that life is only like who you're with and that you don't want to be alone at the end of your life, and you certainly don't want to be alone at the end of a journey. If I'm climbing a mountain, I want friends by my side that can like provide supplies at me, and like, you know, like being the only one in power is actually quite lonely. Having been in that little bit of that position, I now could tell people that you want to share it, because otherwise it's incredibly isolating and lonely. And you know, like if you get all the credit, you could also get all the blame, and it can be very difficult to be able to share that with Joe and Nate, and now to be able to share that with the people that I get to pick to surround myself with. That, I mean, that is one of the most fulfilling things. And you know, great relationships get better with age, and they give you energy. They make you better. They hold your negative tendencies in check, and they pull out like creative ambitions in you. They see potential in you that maybe you don't see in yourself. I did never imagine that I could be CEO of any company. I didn't think I could be CEO of a pizza shop, let alone be CEO of a giant Fortune 500 company that did over $60 billion last year in bookings. Like, that's completely crazy. And I've learned a lot of lessons from this journey. One is, I think we all were born with like unknown potential. And I think the other thing is, sometimes the best people in your life will be people who see potential in you that you didn't see in yourself. And I often wonder, like, why did Joe and Nate even agree to like let me be the CEO? Why did Joe tell me one day in 2007 to pack everything in the back of an old Honda Civic and drive up to San Francisco? Why did he think that was a good idea? And years later, he's told me. And he told me that we went to college together at RISD, and he saw something in me. And it's possible he saw something in me that I didn't even yet see in myself. And this is like the hero's journey. Somebody might believe in you. They might see something in you. And that's what I got with Joe and Nate. And I think I believed in what I think I saw. They saw potential in me. What I saw maybe was potential in this idea. That if people could experience what we experienced that first weekend, when we host 3 guests, that this would be an idea that would spread around the world. I think we have an easier time imagining living like this on Mars and living differently on this planet. But which of those two do you think is more likely to happen in the near term? It's really hard for us to imagine sociological changes. We can all imagine technological changes. We can imagine things getting bigger, faster, but it's hard to imagine us living differently. And I don't think that we were visionaries per se. I think we were expeditionaries, and I think we discovered something. One of my first investors, Paul Graham, he said, what do you know? What unique knowledge do you know that has afforded you the ability to start this company that no one else has? What do you know that no one else understands? And I think that we discovered something. We discovered that like people are fundamentally good. You know, you read the newspaper. I think Chief Justice Earl Warren said, I don't turn to the front page of the newspaper. It's filled with man's failures. I go to the sports page. It's filled with man's successes. I think we live in an abundance of data reinforcing that people aren't good. And we have probably as much data as almost anyone. Because in the last 15 years, 1.5 billion people have used Airbnb, 1.5 billion guest arrivals in nearly every country in the world. More countries, I think, than Coca-Cola. Nearly the population of LA every night living together. And it's only reinforced what I think we naively believed in the beginning, these 2 simple ideas, that people are basically good, they're 99% the same. I think that Joe and Nate believed in me and my potential to be this company. I think we collectively believe in the potential of each other. And I think also that this idea would be one that could spread around the world if only we could figure out how to communicate it to people.